Hey everybody, welcome to week 31 of Intention Tuesday. It's a lovely evening here in Oakland, California. It's just kind of perfect fall weather. It's the October we all hope for. I think that October is the best month in California. And thank you all for joining us here in Sacred Space just to take 10 minutes to focus on something light and easy and pleasant. And we are all here together in the quantum and we'll spend some healing time together. So intention 31 this week is from Kim, and it's the art of asking for help, which is kind of fundamentally being smart enough to say a prayer when you need to. So Kimmy's story is this. During my return trip from the Westcoast, I found myself fervently searching for a place to stay. Kimmy's family is all gluten-free. It's tough. It's hard to feed them even when you know that they're gluten-free. So they decided to try to travel for a couple of days and just be together as a family outside the pressure cooker of living together every day in the same space for 6 months. So they had this trip. She had this trip all carefully planned out so she could feed her kids, and they decided to stay an extra night somewhere at the spur of the moment. So there's like 5 people in the car, and each of them have a definite opinion about what they want to do and where they want to go. So Kimmy's frantically trying to search for a place for them to stay, and during this frantic search, she just decided to give in, let go of the anxiety, the expectations of all the kids who'd had, a couple of days of the trip had been kind of rough, and pray for guidance. Where should I look? Show me the way. And within the space of, of course, like within 2 minutes, like this great resort magically appeared, and they were able to book that resort and just, get out of the car, go to a perfect place that she couldn't have even imagined. And she asks this: how many times have you found yourself pushing forward to make things work out, only to end up with more resistance and strain? What if you stopped pushing and asked for help? What if you made peace with whatever the moment was, with whatever the moment was showing you? Neither having to accept or deny, just to observe and then ask for guidance from the divine. We are not meant to create alone. Help is always waiting in the wings. And I'm a devout follower of Carolyn Mace. I'm also a Reformed Catholic, and one of the great things about Catholicism is grace, is the concept of grace. That if you ask God for the grace to get through it, you ask the divine for the grace to get through it, the grace will be delivered. And grace is the elixir of the angels. It is the thing that smooths the way. Um, it is the thing that makes things easy. It is the thing that lubricates the humanity in you and lets you live with your soul forward. Um, and Kim in this again says, just observe and then ask for guidance from the divine. We are not meant to create alone. Help is always waiting in the wings, and help is always waiting in the wings. We just need to ask for it. Intention 31 mantra. I choose to surrender and ask for help. I activate my trust in the divine and make peace with this now moment. In other words, I let go and let the divine. So I invite you in this moment to take a deep breath, find your feet and your hands. Find your feet and your hands, not your feet and your hands. Um, get into a comfortable position. Go to that place within yourself that is full of stillness and grace, where knowledge and healing reside. Take some deep breaths. Body like the mountain, breath like the wind, mind like the sky. You may have thoughts during this time that we spend together, and if you do, just push them aside like clouds around the mountain. Set in your position, relax into yourself, solid and free, like that big old mountain that we are when we meditate. I will hold the space and remind you of the time, and every 2 minutes you'll hear a talk, and that'll bring you back to the intention. I choose to surrender and ask for help. I activate my trust in the divine and make peace with this now moment. No matter how much we think we do not do this alone. Deep breaths, settling into the position that you're in, just relaxing for just 10 minutes. Breath like the wind, free and easy. Mind like the sky, wide open. I choose to surrender and ask for help, especially in times of trouble. I activate my trust in the divine and make peace with this now moment. I recognize the situation. I ask for help. And back to Carolyn Mace for a second because she's on my mind tonight, and Carolyn will talk about being in just impossible situations, and prayer and meditation to me is very much the same thing. When you're in those places where, God, Lord, divine, creator, great, great force, however you call the divine, help me now. Like, I need help right now. Like, send me that grace. Get me through where I am, like, right now. And that's kind of how her dialogue with God goes. Prayer is a constant conversation. I like that idea. I choose to surrender and ask for help. I activate my trust in the divine and make peace within this now moment. Deep, easy breaths. Body like the mountain, breath like the wind, mind like the sky. I choose to surrender and ask for help. I activate my trust in the divine and make peace with this now moment. I surrender to my higher power and ask for help. For me personally, I try to do this in times of despair. I try to be conscious enough to recognize where I am and ask for the grace that I need to lift me out. And if I can be present enough to recognize that I'm there and I ask, without fail, the grace comes. I choose to surrender and ask for help. I activate my trust in the divine and make peace within this moment. I choose to surrender and ask for help. I activate my trust in the divine and make peace within this now moment. Sometimes when we struggle, really struggle with something that we think we're supposed to do, we think we're supposed to want. Sometimes the struggle is an indication that might not be the right path. Abraham Hicks says that if it isn't easy, it isn't the right way, that the universe is full of abundance, and we are meant to move towards that abundance. We could probably talk for hours about what abundance means, but I don't believe that we're meant to struggle all the time. And part of our connection to the divine is to remember that the divine is here to help us. So as we wind down, try to come back into your body, find your hands and feet. Take those last deep breaths. Maybe stretch a little bit. And that was quick. So all of the stuff we do. It's all about being present enough to know where you are, being willing to understand that you can create, that you are the co-creator of your life, that you can make changes, and that the divine is always there to help you know what the next thing is to do when you yourself may not think you do. So, like Kimmy says, just observe and then ask for guidance from the divine. We are not meant to create alone. Help is always waiting in the wings. So, with that lovely thought, I wish you a pleasant good evening. And as always, it's the best part of my week and the best part of all of our weeks. It's a pleasure and a privilege to be able to be here. And I thank you all for joining us in the quantum and in sacred space and holding these thoughts. A healing for one of us is a healing for all of us. And I wish you the best week ever, and we'll see you next Tuesday. So, good night.